Alright, so we talk about leads and we also talk about opportunities. When you're talking about opportunity, we should also cover product catalog. So in every CRM system, we have a product catalog. So it is a collection of all your product and services and their pricing information. So it is a duty of the system admin or the CRM admin to set up your product catalog. So it is a one-time activity and hardly we change it. So once you set up and configure CRM organization, you set up your product catalog as well. What are the product that you are selling and their pricing details. And once in a while, we will just change these details. So product catalog basically includes the product, the unit in which you sell this product, the amount, that means the prices, unit prices, and the discounts that you want to give to your customers. So it allows the classification of your product and also help to make sure that the customers receive the most appropriate offer for your product. So how product catalog can help your sales team? You can hierarchically organize your product and product bundles, and also you can bundle products into product families. You can group product and service into bundles as well as families, and then you can make it attractive for the customers. You can also define product relationship, like we can create accessories for a product. So once I add a product to the opportunity, yesterday we have seen that we have added some product to the opportunity product list. That point in time, we will get some suggestion link at the right hand side. That means one product gets suggestions of other product. So we can sell better. Upsell and cross sell means if I'm selling a laptop and if it is also showing if selling 10 laptop, so upsell means I can tell the customer if you're taking 5 more units of this, then I can give you a reduction, something like that. That is upsell. Cross sell means if I'm selling laptop, then if I click on the suggestion, it will show me the other product like accessories or other product which I can also sell along with it, giving an offer or something like that. So basically, once we set up everything, then we can have suggestion option. In suggestion, we can have 4 things basically: upsell, cross sell, accessories, and replacement. I think accessories as well as alternative. So these are the 4 categories of item. We can see that from there you can click on the suggestion and add that item also to product list. The benefits of using product catalogs are many. We can manage our pricing automatically, and also the pricing is centralized. No one can tamper anything, or they cannot perform any malpractice on this. We can promote special offers, seasonal deals, etc. Also, we can set up discount list based on volume pricing. That means if someone is buying a volume of 1 to 5, then they will get a offer of 5%. If someone else is buying, more than 10 items, then we'll give a different pricing, etc. So these are the components of a product catalog. I'll just walk you through this now. Then we'll add some product to the opportunity. And later on, when you go to the second module where we see how we can set up the product catalog. So product catalog basically includes products and families, price list, discount list, and unit groups. So out of these 4 items, except price list, everything else is set up by the admin. Even price list also set up by admin. What I mean by that is, this is what it is appearing to the salespeople. The salespeople will see the price list and the list of product inside that. They won't be directly interacting with the unit group and all that things. So we have to set it up, then you can utilize it. Why we call it as advanced order processing? So that is all about codes, orders, and invoices. So traditionally, CRM systems includes leads, opportunity, account, contact, marketing campaign, then issues, etc. It is not dealing with order processing, because we have ERP systems in place for like more than 4 decades, and where these items are already there. These orders, invoices, codes, etc. are already there. And CRM is relatively new in the market. So when you have an ERP system in place already, and then you are trying to implement your CRM system, there is always a debate is there whether we should have order processing also implement in the CRM side, or we should continue to use the ERP one. So anyway, there is an integration is needed. So in the case of CRM, codes, orders, and invoices are known as advanced order processing. So we have seen this on the estimated revenue and the opportunity. We can have user provided as well as system calculated. So let's do this now. Let's navigate to settings and see product catalog. You go to settings, then go to product catalog. Like I mentioned, this area will be available only to the system admin and system customizer. So here we can see the 4 items. Let's first go to product and product families. So this is a list of all your products. You can see the list of all your products are added here. Name of the product, product ID, then valid from to, the status is active or not. Only active product will be appearing. And then the product structure, that means product, bundle, as well as product family, will be able to see it here. So these days we have a lot of sample data is in CRM system. That's why you can see it earlier, it was in this much. So here we have product, then product family, as well as bundle. Then we have unit groups. Unit group is nothing but the group of unit in which we will sell your product. For example, if I am into retail, then the unit of laptop I sell would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or any other number, and the minimum unit will be 1. If I am into wholesale, then my unit of selling would be like half a dozen, 1 dozen, 2 dozen, etc. So my minimum unit of selling would be 6, right? So that's how we can create a unit group of retail, laptop, wholesale laptop, or if you are selling something like seeds or something, then the minimum unit will be 1 packet. 1 packet includes 50 seeds. Then we can sell it like in 2 packets or 6 packets or dozen packet like that. So whatever product you are selling, you have to configure one unit group in that will be nothing but the group of unit. It will include one primary unit. So this is a one-time activity. So here you can see that laptop retail. If I just go here, then I'll be able to see the units. So this is a product catalog unit group. Go here and click on unit. And I'll be able to see the unit over here. 1, half a dozen, dozen. So these are the quantity. So this is how you create one unit group with the name laptop retail, and then these are the units. So that is needed. After that, you have price list. So price list is the place where we have the list of product that we have just added, plus the unit groups and the unit price in which price you sell. So that once you configure the price list, the sales people can just add the price list to the opportunity or in cart, orders and invoices. Then they can select all the product from this price list selected. Only one price list we can select in an opportunity or any other record. And then we can add those product to the product list in this report so that we can perform the calculation. So here you have 3 active price list, laptop retail India. So let me just open that one. So these are the details about the price list, name of it, start date, end date, which is a currency, which is important because one price list can have only one price list. So if I am selling a product to 2 different regions, India and US, so I should have 2 different price lists, laptop retail India, laptop retail US, because one price list can have only one currency. So for each of the currency, we need to have different price lists. So if I'm selling the same product in multiple countries, I need to have different price lists for each of these countries. Then comes to the price list item. This is where basically I add the product. So this is subgrid, you can see. This is the product, this is the unit, and this is the unit price. Like this, I can keep adding more and more product to this price list so that next time when a sales guy adding laptop retail India price list to his opportunity, he'll be able to see these 2 products and he can add these 2 products to the price list. So like this, we have to maintain price list. And finally, one more item, we have discount list, which we hardly use, but still I will just walk you through that. So we have something on a discount list that is nothing but volume based discounts. So here you have many other, let me just go to the retail one. So this is the name of it. Then you go to discounts. Okay, we haven't added anything over here. Let me just go to, no problem. So basically we have to add discounts over here in the discount list. Add a discount. Yeah, I need to give a begin quantity 1 to 5 quantity. For example, I say 10%. Then I create one more 6 to 10, 20%. So like this, we'll create discounts in the discount list so that next time whenever we add product to the price list, these discounts will apply. So we will see that. So we have the product catalog we have set up. So we can have different products. We can have different price lists for each of the countries and currencies. We can have different unit group. And price list is the end product of product catalog, I can say. That means we are going to utilize this in the opportunities. So we will go through this again in detail when we talk about the configuration in the second module. So let me just go to an opportunity. Let's open the same one that we tried yesterday. So this is an opportunity we have. Yeah, there's an opportunity over here. So what I can do is I'll just change this price list. So I will just remove these items one by one. Right, so then add the price list, the new one, retail, laptop retail India. Then I'll try to add those product over here. Existing product, then our laptop, the laptop over here. So these are the product, then you can just calculate them. So the same product is added, different unit. Yeah. So if I buy a laptop with 1 dozen, then this will be the price 36 lakhs. If I'm buying one laptop individually, 35,000 is it. So that's so. If I just make it, so there's a discount is already added over here. If buying like this, then there will be difference. All right. So that's our product catalog. Now, once we are using product catalog, then we can just deal with order processing in a better way. That's what we're seeing. So let's talk about the codes now. So I'll give you some practices for this. We have some notepad where we have each of these tasks is added, like how to create opportunities, leads, codes, etc. There are some tasks. So I'll share you with those so that you can just go ahead and practice it. I mean, whatever I'm doing is straightforward, but still I'll give you some tasks. Okay. So let's come back to working with codes. Codes are optional and it can be disabled for users. So code is nothing but customers asking for the price. So I am creating the opportunity record that is inside my system. And if a customer is asking, okay, we are to talk about this opportunity, can you just give me the code for that for quotation? So you can create a code from that. So either I can create a code directly from the CRM system, sales and codes, or I can go to my opportunity where I have subgrid. From there also I can create the code. So we can create multiple code for the same opportunity. Also, we can revise these codes. If I give the code to a customer, he might ask for a changes for that. Normally, they will be asked for a lot of changes. They will ask for reduction on that. So every time we have to submit to the customer. When the customer is asking for a changes on the price or the quantity or anything, we just have to come back to our code, make the changes. We have to revise it. So once after some point in time, we'll have a set of codes where we have different versions. That means we are just changing them. And the code has a life cycle. Once you create the code, it will be in the draft state. Then you click on activate button. So it will be in the active mode. Then you just revise it if any changes are needed. Then it will become again in draft mode. You make the changes, then activate it again. So it will become an active again. Then you have an option to close the code. So if I just create the code, then you have to submit to the customer. Code has to be submitted to the customer. So the code might be accepted by the customer. That means he is going to give me the business, or he'll go to someone else. So if he is giving me the code, I mean, give me the business, I can close the code as one. That means I will create an order from it. Customer is giving me business means he is accepting my code, as well as he is taking an order. He is giving an order to me. That means I will create another record with the name order. So when I'm closing the code as one, I'm basically creating an order record. So that order record, so from that part, once the order is created, the sales person's duty is over. He just made the deal win, and then after that, we'll pass it to the delivery team. They will take care of it. They will ship the product, or they will deliver the service, so that they will just raise the invoice for that. So this is pretty simple. We have the opportunity. Up to that, it is more on the sales side. We'll submit the code. Once the code is accepted, business is done. After that, we'll create the order. We'll pass it on to the delivery team. They will manage it. Once you deliver it, then we'll raise the invoice, send to the customer asking for the payment. So let's have a look into that. So I'll just go to CRM system. So like I mentioned, I can directly go to sales, then I can go to codes. So here I can see the list of codes. So the details about a code is pretty much similar to the opportunity. Here you can see a code ID that is auto-generated. Then it's a revision ID. Rest of the details are pretty much the same. You can see the name. This is carry forward from your opportunity, the currency, the price list, the product. This is nothing but a list of product that you have seen in the opportunity. Same is carry forward from there. And here just mention what is the associated opportunity. Here you would have noticed there is no asterisk here. That means opportunity is not a mandatory field by default. So you can create a code directly by clicking like this. Like this, you can create a code. You don't need to have an opportunity associated with it. But your procedure would be different inside your organization. For you, your business process would be like if you want to create a code, an opportunity should be there. That might be your internal process. And this is a potential customer. Okay. So what you're going to do is we'll just go to the opportunity that we are dealing with, and from there we'll create an opportunity. So all the information will be filled, or all the information will be mapped from the opportunity. So just scroll down the opportunity. Here we'll get an area with a name. code, submit. Click on that. So once you try to create the code, you can see a new code is created with all the information. So these are all the information coming from your opportunity. You don't need to fill it up because everything is carried forward from your opportunity. But this thing is auto-generated. Every time when a code is created, a new code ID, which is a unique one, is created. Then there's a revision ID. So now we will try to revise this code for the opportunity, and it is in the draft stage now. All right. So now we need to perform some operation on it. So we can revise the code, we can close it, and we can convert a code into an order. So whenever customers are asking for the changes, we'll revise the code. Whenever we won the deal or lose the deal, we'll close the code. So we can close it as won or lost, just like opportunity. Then once you close the code as won, we are basically going to create a order from the opportunity. That means business is done. So here you have a button here, close the code. So it will ask the option while you're trying to close the code. What is the status reason? Are you going to revise it or are you going to close it because it is won or lost? Or directly we can create a order from here. We have option. Click on create order. It will close the code as one, then it will create an order. Then we also have an option to revise the code over here. Also print the code. So let's see that. So first of all, I need to activate this code because this is draft stage. So if you want to perform any operation on the code, it has to be activated. After that, we have an option to print the code. So you have to download it as merge or merging you have to use. So you need to have a template. Then you need to map your code record with that of your Word document. Then you have to download it. So in a Word document, you will get the code details. And there is a requirement already. Always people ask me, always customers ask, it's like, is there any way we can send the code automatically or by default? Answer to that is no. We don't have any facility like that. By default, we have an option to download the code in a Word document. Then you have to attach and send to the customer. It doesn't look very automated. We know that, but we can write the code and then we can send the code directly when it is created. We can have a button added over here like send the code to customer. Once you say click on that, we need to have the logic right. The plugin created or workflow, then where you need to attach this code as a PDF one, then you need to convert it. So that's all we normally do. All right, so I just activate the code, only then I can perform operations like create order, revise, print code for customer, close code, etc. So let me try to close the code. Click on that. It is showing my dialog where you have status reason. 3 status reasons are there, like lost, cancelled, or revised. Then close date, today's date. What is the reason for closing? All that I can give. Should I need to revise the code? Yes or no? Close the associated opportunity. If I say yes, what will happen is this code will be closed. Also, the associated opportunity, that is this one, also will be closed. So just remember the close code button is just basically just to close the code as lost or to revise it or to cancel it. And the create order is just to close the code as one. So in opportunity we have close as one, close as lost. So consider this as this. Then we have an option to revise it. Now it is an active state and read only. We submitted this to the customer, we printed it, we submitted, or we just taken the Word document we sent to the customer. Customer is asking for changes. So we have to revise it. Click on revise. Then the code will be in draft mode. After that, then you can make the changes, right? If I just need to change the quantity here, for example, I change the quantity to 10. I added some discount as asked by the customer. 5,000 rupees discount. Yeah. Then I will activate it. Then I'll submit it again. So every time you have to activate it. So you would have noticed that the revision ID is 1 now. So every time you revise the code, there will be a revision ID will be increased. Now if I go to my opportunity, this is the opportunity. You can see that this many codes are created. So this is the one we already closed earlier, and this is one draft one, and this is a active one. So like that it will be. So every time you close or revise a code, it will have different version and all will be displayed over here, so that we can keep track of what are the different codes we gave to them and what happened. So at a time only one code will be active. The rest will be either closed or in draft stage. So that's about codes. And then comes order. So now the customer is ready to buy from me. He is fine with my code. So I can just click on create order. So the code will be closed as one. I can also close the opportunity along with it. So that I'll create an order. So order is nothing but accepted codes. And order will carry forward all the details from the code. It's not very different. So I can create order in two different ways. I can create from here from the code like this by clicking create order. We'll see that. And the second way is that is a normal way. Go to sales, go to orders. So CRM is giving you option for all this. You can directly go ahead and then create one blank code without any issue. But that point in time, you have to enter all the information from scratch. If a customer is calling you and saying that I just need a code for 10 laptops, if you're a laptop seller. So you don't need to wait for create a lead and come to create an opportunity, then you just close it as one, create a code. You shouldn't wait for that. It depends upon your business process. If your business allow you to create a code directly, then you can utilize this one. Otherwise, you should disable this option. The system is giving you all this option. So we were talking about orders. So now what we do is we are on the code. We'll try to create a order. So I'll just click on create order. So it will show a dialog where it'll ask what are the details need to be filled, what is the status reason, etc. The status reason here is one, a date of winning this code. Close the opportunity, yes. So there is an opportunity associated over here. So it is asking me whether the opportunity associated with also need to be closed. I say yes. Calculate the actual revenue from the code, yes. If I say no, so what will happen is I need to mention the actual revenue. If I say yes, I don't need to mention it. That means what would be the total actual revenue that I calculate? The code I have made some changes now. So that actual value, some whatever we mentioned here, total amount here. So this total amount, which is a little different from the opportunity actual revenue or estimated revenue now. Now when I'm trying to create the code will be closed, the opportunity will be closed, and this particular value, whatever I am mentioning here, will be the actual revenue from the opportunity. So I can mention the actual revenue over here, or I can say calculate the actual revenue from the codes. That's enough. Click OK. So four things are going to be done when I'm just closing a code. First thing is the code will be closed. Second thing is the opportunity also will be closed if I just select yes. And the actual revenue of the opportunity will be selected from the total amount of the code. And the fourth is it will also create an order. So now you can see an order is created, all the information from the code. There's an order ID which is again auto generated, the name, the currency, the price list, the product list, opportunity, everything is copied from the code because it's nothing but an accepted order. Now you can see this associated opportunity here, associated code is here. So once we have received the order, then it is the responsibility of the service provider to ship that product to the customer so that we can ask for the payment or we can just deliver it. So here we have options like fulfill the order. That is the main option we have. And then we have cancel order. So customer gave the order, they have the option to cancel it any point in time, or we can cancel it because we are not going to deliver. So we can cancel it. So what is the reason? No money. Cancel it. Or we can fulfill the order. Fulfill the order means whether we ship it or not. So we will fulfill it after some point in time. We'll deliver it. Delivering means fulfill. We might have heard this word when you're dealing with Amazon. So they will use this word. Fulfill means once it is shipped. So fulfilled by Amazon or fulfilled by other third party. So there are two types of fulfillment. One is partial, other one is complete. So these are nothing but your status reason. So if you fulfill it, then the status and status reason will change. So if someone is giving an order for 1,000 laptops, so you'll not be able to deliver that all in a single shot. So what we'll do is we'll just ship that in part, like 100, 100 or 200 each, something like that. So that point in time, you can click on fulfill order. So let's do that. The order, I have the option to fulfill. Partial fulfillment or complete fulfillment. I'll say partial fulfill. Once I fulfill it, then you can see the status is changed to fulfilled and the status reason is partial. So this invoice is fulfilled. After that, this order is fulfilled. That means we ship it. After that, we can create an invoice. So normally in B2B scenario, once we just fulfill an order, then we have to ask the customer to pay for it. So payment will happen after the fulfillment. So we'll create an invoice from the order, and the invoice will look pretty much, and invoices look like very similar to your order itself. All right. So you can see here there is an invoice ID which is auto generated. The name, the currency, everything is carried forward from the order itself. In fact, this is coming from the opportunity to code to order to invoice. So invoice indicate nothing but a bill. Invoices are defined how you should bill your customers. So invoices are created after an order has been fulfilled. So we can create any number of invoices, especially when partial billing. So we are fulfilling it in partials, then we can ask for partial bills. So again, invoices you can directly create from the navigation, or you can come to your order and create an invoice like this. Create invoice, and also is we create the invoice. After that, we can tell after the customer pay for it, then we can mark it as paid. We can mark it as paid. So there are two types of payment: complete payment and partial payment. So here we are on the invoice. We have the option to confirm the invoice. That means customer accept the invoice. They have to acknowledge the invoice. If the customer is sending a mail, okay, we have received the invoice, we will pay for it. That one time I can mention that. After that, when after the order is delivered, we have the customer has the option to cancel it. So we can cancel it invoice. If the customer didn't pay for it and return the product, we can cancel the invoice. Or if we made a mistake, also we can do that. Or if the customer pay for it, we can say invoice paid. Status reason is complete, complete payment or partial payment. Click OK. That means invoice is paid. So we'll have a record saying that we did this business and we bill to the customer and customer paid for it. Now we are safe. All right, so that's about invoice. So order processing basically includes quote, orders, and invoices. So quote, orders, and invoices is good to use, especially when you have product catalog. So this is about the sales management module. So we talk about leads, it is nothing but potential customers. Then we convert leads into opportunities. Opportunities are nothing but potential business. So once you create a opportunity record, then you're dealing with the customer. We'll add the product detail, we'll add the product catalog. Then we have the option to close the opportunity as won or lost. It depends upon the customer is paying for it or not. And after that, we can create a code. If the customer is asking for a quotation, then you can create a code from the opportunity record, submit to the customer. If the customer is accepting it, we can close the code as one, or we'll cancel the code. And when the customer accepts the code, we'll create an order from it. That means business is happen. That point in time, I can close the opportunity also along with it. So when we have the order, then we will dispatch it. That means we'll fulfill the order partially or completely. Once we fulfill it, then we have the option to create an invoice for the customer, send to the customer. And when customer accept it, we will make the invoice as paid partially or completely, or where we will just cancel the invoice. So these are the options over here. So these are the entities available in the Dynamics 365 CRM.